Door-to-Door Con 2024, Door-to-Door Con 7th year we're doing this. I'm sitting here with Ryan Cook, somebody I've known a very, very long time. I have to ask you, like, first time at Door-to-Door Con, it's like a whole new world for you, I'm sure.
This is wild. This is crazy. There's like so much energy here that it's just contagious.
It's pretty crazy. I bet you've seen people you know, right?
I have. I've actually run into a lot of people I know. Yeah.
That's phenomenal. So Ryan Cook, for those that don't know, it works in the financial space. The reason I wanted to bring you on, why I think you're so critical to the door-to-door world, is because a lot of guys, get into door-to-door sales, they start making a lot of money really quickly, right?
Yeah.
And then,
absolutely.
so you goes from, trying to figure out how you're going to buy a pizza on Friday, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, I've got some big boy money, what do I do with it? And a lot of people don't do anything with it, right? Or at least maybe they go out and buy that Escalade with the spinners. So before we get into that, I just want to say, so how do we know each other?
Yeah, we go way back. So I think I've known you since 6th grade?
7th grade.
7th grade. So I know Clint's whole family. Man, I know your brothers, I know your dad, I know your mom. We live close by, and I have a fun memory of you. So you and I used to go down to this baseball card shop, and we'd always look for cards for ourselves.
That's right.
But at this baseball card shop, they sold these really good suckers that cost 25 cents a piece, and we would buy as many as we could, and we'd go to the school and we'd sell them for $1. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Do you remember the Pogs?
Yes. We also had Pogs.
Do you still have Pogs?
I still have Pogs.
Be honest.
I probably own about half of your collection.
All right, first question, what's your favorite slammer?
I had this one that had like bones and a skull.
Yeah.
It was kind of thick, and there was a certain way that I would throw it down. I think half of the Pogs that I have at my house used to be yours, and I won them with that slammer.
Dude, that's so funny. You know what my favorite slammer was? Why are we talking about slammers? We're talking about slammers. Kids these days don't even know what Pogs are.
They don't even know what it is.
You have to Google that.
You have to Google it.
You do what with that? You do that. This is fun. My favorite slammer was a picture of O.J. Simpson, and one side of the slammer said guilty, the other side said not guilty.
That's how long ago this was, right?
Kids these days listening to this podcast are like, who's O.J. Simpson?
That's hilarious.
Oh, dude, it's been a long time. So I'm glad to have you. So that's too funny. So just to again, in the door-to-door space, I think you've seen this, with social media. I know you have a lot of friends in door-to-door. You watch their careers progress, right? Just speaking from experience, myself included, you get out there and you find this success that really, for a lot of us, comes overnight. I mean, it's like going from, high school to the major leagues, like, pretty quick. So what, I guess, if I was let's say a 20-year-old or a 22-year-old single person, like what would I be doing right now with my money? What's the smart thing to do? Crypto?
That's a great
do I put it all in Dogecoin or whatever? Is that where it's at?
You could. I probably wouldn't be there tomorrow. It might be. It might quadruple.
Maybe.
Who knows, right?
To the moon.
Who really knows? So I have my own wealth management business, and what I typically do is I sit down with people at different stages in life, and I do planning, right? Planning is really individualized and it's comprehensive. There's not a really good blanket answer to the question because it kind of depends on your situation. Can you replicate that success next year? Have you proven that? Can you do it 3 years in a row? Do you have consistent income coming in? If you don't, the plan might be a little bit different than somebody who does.
Do you want to keep doing it? Some people aren't a lunatic like myself and stay in it for 20 years, right? There's a means for that. I'm trying to get through college. I just need to do this for 4 years, and then I'm off to be a real job. I'm going to be
100%.
a doctor and actually contribute to society, right? So, like, what would you say? If I'm trying to budget as a 20-year-old, what are the questions I should be asking myself?
I think number one is, the business is good right now, but will it be later? And if the answer is there's some doubt in it, you probably shouldn't go too big, right? You probably shouldn't go too big with a particular purchase. Now, with that said, life is meant to be lived, and you got to have fun, and you worked really hard for some nice things, and you're entitled to it at some point in time. But you got to think about it in terms of long term, right? Not a lot of people that are in this industry are really thinking about it long term, right? They think, wedding is really far away, or my first kid is far away, or maybe it's I'm not going to be putting that kid that I currently have through college for a number of years, but it really happens really fast. And there's such power in the time value of money that if you have some big money in your early earning years and you can put that in the right investments, that can be triple, quadruple, quintuple from, at the time that you need to go use it, right?
That's interesting. So, I'm going to ask you another question, except now I'm not a 20-year-old, right? I've graduated from college, I'm making great money, and now it's starting to be even more money than I was making the years before. I'm embarrassed to come in and sit in your office because I've squandered so much. I'm married at this point. I've got 2 kids with one on the way. What would you say to that person?
I would say be humble enough to know that you're in over your skis and know that planning should start at the best time that it should. Planning for what, right? Planning for retirement, planning for a rainy day. I believe very strongly that you should have an emergency fund. That emergency fund should be 3 to 6 months. Start there, right? At least get cash reserves or cash equivalents. There's some really interesting things that you can do. And I mean liquid, not something that's available to you. Not like something that you would stock away for a rainy day that I can't touch for a while because it's an asset in a private equity. That's not liquid. Right? It needs to be 3 to 6 month cash reserve. You got to start there, right?
Okay.
You have to have cash reserve. Should be 3 to 6 months to weather a storm. After that, you should really look into how can I grow that wealth, and should I have more than 6 months really sitting in a bank account? And I think that most people would kind of say the answer is really no, because I'm not going to get the best return for that. Now I'm starting to talk about wealth. Depending on where you're at, the conversation's a little bit different, but you always got to start with, do you have the emergency funds in place, right?
That's interesting. So what are like what are the industry secrets, the things that you wish more people knew about?
Oh yeah, I wish there's so many.
What do you
secrets.
wish you would have known when you were
honestly
18 years old or 20 or 24?
The easiest one that I could give you is stay out of debt, right? Stay out of debt.
Why?
Now, there's good debt and there's bad debt, right? There's some good debt might be a house or a home purchase or something, an appreciating asset. Bad debt is going to be something that has a high interest rate coming back. Most people that are kind of young and come into money, they think, hey, it's no big deal. I've got good money coming in. I can leverage something. I can go on a 20% credit card. It's really no big deal because I have high aspirations to pay that thing off. But what happens is over time is you end up paying the minimums. You float it from 1 month into the next month. It ends up catching up with you. You could be doing so much more with the money that you have today than leveraging it against 20% consumer debt, right? So
it's a slippery slope, isn't it? You start going, hey, I just need $100. I'll put it on this credit card. I'm going to pay it off, and then it becomes easier and easier and easier. Before you know it, you're $10,000 in debt, and you're going, I can't even make the minimum.
Or I got those shoes. They were really comfortable. I walk a lot. I need another pair of shoes. I don't really have the money right now. I'm going to get a second, but I don't have a red shirt to match that. I need a third. I need a fourth. So you got to kind of live within your means. So, I mean, the secret, honestly,